It's our favorite viewer again. Or maybe he's a new one. Doesn't matter. Welcome to our show. Here's where we take care of all your guitar needs and...
Stay out of this, Joker. This is between you and me.
Excuse me? But why does your cape keep floating? Aren't we indoors after all?
That's it. I've had enough of you.
Oh, shut up, Wayne.
How dare you?
Did I do a boo-boo? Did I say a no-no?
You of all people should know by now. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Bat.
Betsy.
Okay, ladies and gents, so in this part I'll be showing you how I always make my guitar logos. Actually the decals, I should say. So first things first, you have your neck right here, the one that you want to apply the logo on, and what you want to do is first you want to make a photo of your headstock and make sure you get it perpendicular, no perspective going on, or at least not so much. And then obviously this is my photo right here. Ignore the crazy background that I have in the photo. And what I did was I actually imported this into Photoshop, and I started basically just playing with a lot of things. I started playing with a lot of ideas, and basically I came up with a final design. So what I can show you is I had several draft ideas. Mind you, they were not optimized. They were just testing for testing purposes. So the position or the size might have been slightly off. That was not the point, to optimize each and every one of them. So for example, I had something like this, and yes, voila, this is how my guitar is going to be called. It's gonna be my slut. So I had several choices that I messed with. As you can see, various fonts, free fonts found on the internet. I also had like a Vice City one, just because I'm a huge fan of the series and the Vice City installment, if you haven't noticed already. So going on, I had several choices to go with, as you can see, and in the end what I did was come up with this thing. So let me break it down for you. First I had this thing as a usual text layer with one of the fonts that I liked. Then I went ahead and I colored each letter, made it sort of wacky, because I really felt like this will go hand in hand with what I'm about to do with the whole guitar, especially with the body, because you've seen it has like a red pinkish type of color, and I'm planning to use colored pickups and colored knobs. I mean knob, because it's just one of them. Switch tip also colored, and I just wanted to have like a multicolored 80s glam type of thing going on. So I went with this. Then I made a sort of like a an out, yeah, I guess you could call it outline plus shadow, like a drop shadow at an angle. You'll be able to see it here. I really wanted to give it that cheesy fake 3D effect that you might have when you see something very 2D-ish, very plain, applied on something again very plain, which is the headstock, but it has like a weird drop shadow from underneath. So yeah, that's what I did here. And in classic Fender tradition, instead of the original body contour or signature that would normally go in this place, I just decided to put my channel picture, my very own logo. So yeah, this obviously is still just a draft. The orientation, the rotation here will be slightly different, but this is the basic Photoshop design. So what I did was I went ahead and I made like A4 template over here, and I have my decal carefully dimensioned. As you can see, I have my channel logo also carefully dimensioned, and let me just remove the ruler here. And I also have my custom serial number, which obviously is just a play on letters and numbers. It's actually 6-string Overdose, obviously the channel initials, 26th of January 2020. This was the date when I completed the design. So this will go on the back, just like on most guitar necks or headstocks, I would say. And I already showed you the positions of these two elements. So I went ahead and I printed out these things, and they look like this. Let me just get a better view. So they look like this, so that I have many attempts of just screwing things up and not caring too much. And not only this, but I actually made 2 copies, which, at first they will, god damn it, at first they will look identical, but actually, trust me, they're not. Why? Because one of them is slightly bigger than the other, or one of them is slightly smaller than the other. Why? I just want to have like a bit of margin to again play with different sizes. So I kind of wanted to have, for example, this main decal, the slut decal, I wanted to have it go around 6 centimeters, plus or minus. So I kind of, made it plus or minus 1 or 2 millimeters, on the 2 pages. So I'll be trying, for example, the big one first, and if I find it a bit, too big, I'll just go to the smaller one, or vice versa. So yeah, you might be wondering why it's on paper and why it's not on some special, decal, transparent, foil, plastic, or anything like that. Bear with me, stay with me. I'll show you the cheapest and greatest way to actually make logos for yourself, for any purpose, not just guitars. So yeah. Next step, I'll show you how to further process this thing and how to apply it. 2 quick mentions. First of all, the print always has to be laser. You cannot do the things that I'm about to show you with plain normal inkjet. And also the other mention that I have is that I won't be applying the logos, the decals, until the headstock will be fully equipped with the locking nut and with the the machine heads, the actual tuning pegs. Why? Because both for the back, where I'll be placing the serial number, and for the front, especially the front, because that's the thing you see the most. When I have the the hardware installed and in place, it gives me a better sense of orientation on how I want to position each element. And also have in mind here, I might be having a stop bar, like a string bar. Floyd Rose equipped guitars usually have these because depending on the angle of the headstock, and I haven't yet fully tested this one. When you cross the strings over the nut, actually they might not fully have full pressure and fully touch the bottom plate of the locking nut. Therefore, you might be tuning your headstock. You might be tuning your strings, and you might have everything perfect, which on a Floyd Rose guitar, it's already like a pain in the ass. And just when everything is perfect, you go ahead and you clamp the locking tuners, the three little bolts, and voila, you messed up your tuning in a crazy manner. Everything went sharp. Why? Because the actual strings were not fully rested on top of the locking nut, and when you pressed on the locking tuners themselves and you tightened the screws, then you went ahead and you established the final position. So what the stop bar, the string tree equivalent on the Floyd Rose would do is it would prevent such things from happening by forcing the strings to go on a much more abrupt angle, therefore solving your problem. So yeah, those are the things that I wanted to mention with a huge rant as always. So yeah, let me go and show you the next part, which will be...
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
Please don't melt. Please don't melt, though. Pretty, please.